Hi everyone and welcome to another Speedpaint. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Halloween season, baby, and with October, besides, the scary vibes, the Halloween movie lists that are way too long, and the overall festivity, also come the 30-day challenges. Now, I don't actually hate 30-day challenges. I actually think most of them are pretty cute and I like them. The thing I'm drawing right now is actually inspired from a prompt list from a 30-day challenge. It's just that this year I've decided that I'm no longer going to be doing them fully, like all 30 days. I'm just going to just relax, just take a step back, chill the fuck out. I think that in the last few years, the art community as a whole kind of got obsessed with doing these 30-day challenges, or at least where I was in like my little corner of the internet. And I even tried my hand for a few years at things like, it was mostly Goretober, but kind of a combination between Goretober and Inktober. But each time I've done any of those challenges, I kinda ended up feeling horrible and hating it the entire time. I feel like I'm very much not the type of person to be able to do those challenges and be happy and satisfied. Not to mention, Inktober as a whole leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth, due to all the recent controversy, and the guy stole a whole book from another creator. And to go off on a little tangent here, I thought we knew this guy was kind of a dick. Like, I'm pretty sure that he was the one who a few years back said, if you don't do Inktober traditionally, you're not doing Inktober properly, and blah blah blah, and all these other like restrictions and limitations, and just overall not letting people do things the way they want to and the way that's accessible to them. Like, not everyone can ink on paper. Ink can be expensive, paper can be expensive, and if someone like really wants to get into it, it's a little intimidating when you're just sitting here saying the only way to do it is to do it professionally, and all these like just different things that you could take into account. It's supposed to be a fun drawing challenge, and you've just made it unfun for everyone. It's like, oh, well, if anyone else were to say this, like, it wouldn't matter. Like, sure, I just think they're, like, in general a dick, but this is the person that, like, made Inktober, and it's, they're coming from a place of quote-unquote authority, and it's kind of scummy and not really nice. And you're putting that thief aside, this year, until the very last moment actually, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm not really gonna do a challenge at all. This drawing that I'm doing, among a few others, are actually inspired from a 30-day challenge from Dokirosi's Midnightober prompt list. It's very cute, very nice, should definitely check out their art. Their colors are immaculate. I actually was kind of on the fence about doing a 30-day October challenge, and then I saw their prompt list and I was like, oh, but that's really cute and I kind of want to do that. What if I did? But then literally very last minute I was like, how about I don't? So here's what my plan was. Like, you can see at the start when I was initially thumbnailing, I had a few other illustrations. My initial plan was to do a proper illustration for all 30 days, which is fucking insane. But I had started a month earlier, which, by the way, I don't remember who, when, or why, but I remember someone saying you can't prep or do sketches / finished pieces for October, or whenever the 30-day challenge started, which is like an even bigger stressor. Like, you're not even gonna let me prepare. Like, I might as well just die, lay down, and rot. Here's the thing, I draw almost every single day, but I don't finish something every single day. And I'm the type of person who, if I hate the quality of something I've drawn, I scrap it. I don't want it. And for these challenges, I can't be having just some quick sketches because I'm an idiot and I like to make things harder for myself. But okay, so my initial plan was to just sketch and begin them all before October, and then do the other half throughout October, or whichever I had, just to sort of lessen the load. But even then, that's pretty insane. And here's the thing, I'm kind of a busy person. I run a weekly D&D thing, which is entirely homebrewed. I'm making this video pretty last minute because I actually got caught up in commissions and I forgot to make the skill tree for my players. Oops. I have a few other projects on the side. I stream every Saturday, which you guys should join me if you want to. Forcing myself to adhere to that kind of schedule would kill me and my already shaky mental stability, which I only recently regained. And I think that's another thing that sort of gave me a wake-up call. Like this year and last year, I've been really reevaluating how little I actually care about myself. And that's sort of been destroying me for the past 10 years of my life. And I think with the whole, theft thing that happened with Inktober, people started to sort of think about, these 30-day challenges and be like, hey, these things are, or at least the mentality and culture around them is a little toxic in the sense that they, have all these strict rules and the scheduling and deadlines and stuff for something that's supposed to be fun, and it kind of feels like crunch, and you shouldn't force yourself to do too much work and then feel worthless when you can't do it. Like, again, I don't think 30-day challenges are bad. Obviously, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I think a lot of us, I know I for sure did, went in with this toxic mentality when doing these challenges. Artists in general aren't really healthy to begin with, but added on top of that, a challenge like this, yikes. It was only this year and some of last year that I really began to value myself as a living, breathing person. And that very much helped by the fact that I met some people who are really nice and they care about me, and my lovely girlfriend who supports me no matter what. And I just kind of removed myself from a toxic environment, and I've got better friends, I'm doing great, still work in progress, but I'm definitely doing better. And not feeling bad about doing an October challenge or like a 30-day challenge is definitely a sign of me getting better, because I felt horrible every time like I couldn't do it or I didn't want to participate in it because it was like, oh, I'm missing out, or like I'm not good enough to do this, and like all these other things are sort of like going through my head. Like I've just decided I'm gonna do what I want. Like that's just that. And I know it was an option from the start, but again, I guess to kind of put it into perspective, I kind of had a sort of ego kind of thing, or like when you have a school assignment and it's sort of that mentality of if you don't do it, you're stupid and you hate yourself, but if you do it and you fail, you're stupid and you hate yourself, so either way, you're stupid and you hate yourself. And that's a really bad mentality to have. I think in general as artists, and honestly everyone else, we just need to step back, calm the fuck down, just chill for 3 seconds, take a breather, take a break. It's hard to exist, and especially now it's really hard to exist amidst the whole situation of the whole world everywhere all the time. It's okay to just do things for yourself at your own pace sometimes. Like, sure, you won't be able to always have the luxury of just doing things whenever you want or at a pace that you want to, but when you can, allow yourself to just relax. Like, not taking a break at all is only gonna make you want to hurl yourself into the sun. And I recently went through a few months art block, and that literally had me having a breakdown every time I thought about it or I began to draw something. I'm not even exaggerating. I would think about how I can't draw or get frustrated when I wasn't able to draw something, and sort of began to disaster think of, oh, I'm not a good artist, I'll never be able to draw again, my career is over if I can't do this, and I'm worthless and I have no money, I'll be trapped in this hellhole forever and I'll die alone and young. And that just flung me into a panic attack, and then I'd cry, and then I'd feel empty and apathetic for the rest of the day, and the entire time I just kept stressing myself out over it, and over a lot of different things. And I tried to take breaks, but I don't think I ever sat down and was like, okay, mentally, what's going on? What's happening right now? Like, I think in hindsight, it's because I was going through a mini depressive episode that didn't quite catch on to until now, I guess. Probably a plethora of things, but I couldn't draw and I thought my life was over, and it really sucked. I've just gotten out of it now because I don't know, I've just kind of been more loose and free with my drawings and my concept process. I began to experiment with different styles and brushes, and all of my latest illustrations are in wildly different styles. Like, there's this one that's graphic and smoothly painted. I had the keratin drawing that was, with the weightless lines, and I did this draw this in your style that's actually from the person who is the host or the creator of the Midnightober thing. You should again check out their art, it's very nice. But I drew that in a sort of like crayon fairy tale book style. I have two other illustrations that use sort of the same blocky brush, but they're still very different in the way that I approach them. And I've just kind of not really been given a shit about having a consistent style and instead just having a good time. And you know what? I've really been enjoying it. I've really been enjoying experimenting and just being super loose, and it's taken out a lot of the stress of drawing for me to be able to just sort of experiment in this way. Anyway, so sort of going from there to talk a little bit about this drawing. So the prompt for this was magic shoes, which is actually the prompt for today, which is, you know, October 2nd. And I thought of shoes, you know, with like cute little wings on them, and that's kind of obviously Hermes. And I was like, all right, it's like, let's draw a modern Hermes. And by that I mean very loosely, because last time I checked, Hermes wasn't a funky Asian kid who had snake cloud friends and can make rainbows from his sweet kicks. So, you know, very loose. Also, while I was doing the thumbnailing batch, I had a random daily mix on my Spotify, and for once, I think it was daily mix 3, bless it. For once, it was the one that didn't include like my emo stuff, so it's like Fall Out Boy, you know, MCR, Paramore. I think I might have listened to that for the day, so I was like, all right, let's try something else. So instead I chose a daily mix that I dubbed my gay pop one, which always has Rina Sawayama and Troye Sivan, and then the third is just like some random thing. But that daily mix was really giving it to me. Like for every thumbnail I would do, because I tried to keep it like quick and concise, so about like 5-ish minutes for each. The song would match the vibe. It was all fantastic. It would fit really well, and it kind of inspired the illustration itself. And you can see underneath I wrote like the song that was playing at that time, and this one was Getaway Car by, I wish I could remember the name of the artist, but I'll probably put it up here sometime. But then that kind of changed because I was like listening to that on repeat while drawing this, and then I kind of got obsessed with Downtown by Macklemore and like a few others, which it's still such a bop, okay? Like it goes. It's a fantastic song. Anyway, I really liked the idea of someone like mid-jump in the sky with a rainbow. I just thought it would look really nice, and I had wanted to do sort of these chunky shoes, maybe not as detailed and cool as those artists who just like draw a stick figure and then the most detailed shoes. I guess I kind of wanted that vibe of, you know, Kingdom Hearts big shoes. Anyway, I actually kind of had a bit of trouble when it came to the colors and how the rainbow looked. So I didn't want to bombard his outfit with a bunch of different colors, considering I already had the rainbow, but I know I wanted to have him have like pink and yellow shoes because I like that color combo, and they're kind of loosely inspired by that one like Converse collaboration shoe thing. I really forget the name right now, but I really like them, and they were like really popular a while back when they came out. I probably have an image somewhere. Anyway, I just kind of ended up giving him like a white shirt and white socks because I figured nothing else would work there. You know, it's, you know, kind of like with the clouds and blah blah blah. So, you know, that's fine, that's fantastic. Another thing was a suggestion from my girlfriend, which was to give him snake earrings. You can see at some point I try to add like a little like snake patch thing to his pants, which is, you know, alluding to Hermes' staff, like Caduceus. I just kind of wanted to add like another snake thing. I thought perhaps the snakes in the sky weren't enough, but I just couldn't get it to look right on his pants. I was like, oh, what do I do? And my girlfriend was like, just give him an earring. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like it. It looks pretty sexy. You know, and also like the snakes in the sky was kind of like a loose concept. I initially was just gonna have like some fluffy, cute white clouds, but again, I just wanted to amp up the snakeage on the piece to further allude to Hermes, because again, right now I feel like it's just very, very loose because it is sort of a quote-unquote modern interpretation. But even then, it's like, how much is it still Hermes? Also, I really love painting clouds, like super fluffy and poofy and nice, but I think I tried that with these snakes at some point, but it really just wasn't working out, so I ended up just making them super clean with these, you know, super cute dumb face, and in my opinion it was a really good decision. Look at their stupid idiot faces. Now the rainbow was also something I was conflicted over. I really liked the concept of having this like super cloud-like and puffy sort of kind of more, I guess like just like a rainbow cloud, but I think it really distracted from the rest of the piece and kind of conflicted in style. Like perhaps if everything else was on the same level of texture and detail, it could work, but you know, unfortunately no. But I guess I was going for a cleaner painting style, so I wanted to check if the CYM, like putting on CYMK, destroyed the painting, and if it would be okay in CYMK for the hell of it. I wasn't really intending on making this a print, you know, whatever. But my friends actually liked the version where the rainbow was a little toned down, and you know, now I have to be like, yeah, I agree and all that stuff, but I really love super saturated colors, and you know, the higher the saturation, the sexier, the better. I love color variation and vibrancy. Very cool, very sexy, love it. But you know, ultimately I kind of had to tone it down, and you know what? Whatever, it makes it look better. Anyway, what are you guys doing this October? Any challenges or anything like that? Have you guys done any challenges before? Specifically, I guess in this case, Inktober or Goretober, because those are the only ones that I've really done. And, you know, how'd it go for you guys? I'd love to hear your guys' experience. I hope it's not as stress-inducing as mine, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the speed paint. If you guys want to further support the channel, consider becoming a member. You get a small text shout out at the end of my videos. Along with that, you get access to channel only emojis and loyalty badges. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.